We've been watching rotation within this storm seemingly for the last 15 minutes now, maybe 20 minutes now, as that storm continues to work to the southeast. Plenty of heat to work with, so that's not an issue right now. You know, it's starting to get a little dark outside. The temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s today. Plenty of heat to work with to kick off these storms. So you get enough of that rotation in that storm. Treat these storms as though there's an actual tornado on the ground, because these storms have had a history of doing wind damage across North Georgia earlier this afternoon, and now they are working towards the immediate metro area. The other thing to keep in mind, and talked about just a minute ago, text your friends, tweet your friends, Facebook your friends, let them know that these aren't just garden variety type thunder showers. If you are outside at a ball game or you're at a swim meet, you know, bring it inside, hit the clubhouse, go ahead and get back to the cars, and you need to ride these storms out inside a car, inside a more substantial building, especially in tornado warning. Those tornado warning areas, it needs to be in a substantial building. In the Woodstock, Roswell, Alpharetta area, you need to be inside of a building. But in those other severe thunderstorms, you need to at least be inside of a car. Get out from the elements, get away from that lightning, because that lightning has really been the other big story, as well as that gusty wind. But we're continuing to watch the storm from Roswell to Woodstock. No updates from the National Weather Service as to whether or not things are improving as far as the rotation goes for that storm, but that storm continues to work down to the southeast. So in areas like Norcross, Sandy Springs, Marietta, those areas, you guys are next. So be ready for that. These storms are going to intensify and continue to slide in your direction. So have your plan ready. In Roswell, you should already be downstairs. You should already be in that interior room, protecting yourself from the outside walls, protecting yourself from the windows. But in areas like Duluth, Norcross, and Sandy Springs, now it's time for those areas to start thinking about, what am I going to do in 5 or 10 minutes when that storm approaches us from the northwest, and that tornado warning gets extended down to the southeast. So again, tornado warning is in effect for 8 o'clock or until 8 o'clock this evening. That is for Cherokee, Cobb, and Fulton counties. And basically, when you're seeing this rotation right here, the National Weather Service radars are shooting into that storm, and you're seeing wind going away from the radar, coming towards the radar. So you're seeing rotation, you're seeing plenty of heat, you're seeing plenty of wind damage with these storms. They need to be treated like a tornado approaching the Roswell area and heading down towards Sandy Springs. Ken? All right, we want to also shift over to the east a little bit, if you would, see it for the storm in Beaufort area. We heard from our storm spotter there, Kevin Olson, as that storm moved through the Flowery Branch area, that it had a wind gust there of 59 miles an hour. So that storm now is moving on down toward the southeast. Also has some rotation associated to go a little bit, I think we saw it right there, around the Swanee area. And in that little V that we see there to the east of Swanee, south of Beaufort, that shows some rotation also going on in that particular thunderstorm. So we have seen rotation in that storm. It looks like maybe that's straightened out as the strong straight line winds of about 60 miles an hour. Heavy storms continue on over towards Jefferson, and now pick it up again. We can continue out and look at that storm north of Bogart. So we're having heavy storm areas now moving to the east of our tornado warning areas from Winder to Jefferson, all over toward Bogart. So we're seeing definitely possibly strong winds and hail there. We come back in, Flowery Branch is now getting on the back side of it. Beaufort, the heavy rain is right over you. Alpharetta, the heavy storm is moving into you. Roswell, rotation is indicated just upstream from Roswell. So I would say in the west Roswell area, northwest Roswell area, be on the Garden Street stand, move to the interior room, move to the basement until this storm moves on by. Ken Cook on Fox 5. We're talking about a tornado warning continuing until 8 for northeast Fulton, east Cobb, southern Cherokee County. Live coverage continues right here on News 106.7. 82.06 miles an hour. What does that mean at 210? With the radar in Eastern City, it's seeing the wind on this side of this large rotation, which is in fact 10 miles across, and then added to the rotation on the backside is adding up to 92 miles per hour. Pretty significant rotation. The Viper Tornado Index is 4.8, and that is also a significant feature, a number on the scale that goes from 0 to 10. This storm is in the Greenway area, moving toward Roswell in the next couple of minutes, then toward North Point Mall, Newtown, Warsaw, Norcross, and Pittman. So, as Steve just said, if you're in the Norcross area, western part of Gwinnett, be on the alert, because you may get a tornado warning very shortly. If this rotation is going to continue, then the Weather Service is going to go ahead and most likely put out a tornado warning for you in the next county as well. So you have this storm, just like the rotation here, very close to Roswell right now. This is what it was a couple of minutes ago, and our radar, you're looking WHA radar is now showing that most likely the rotating area has already moved down here a little bit more toward the southeast. So it is moving pretty much on the line towards east-southeast, which is moving from South Roswell, the North Central River, the North County Springfield area, perhaps closer to North Dunwoody, and then towards Norcross. That's where our rotating center is moving right now. There's clearly anything on the western and northern side of that rotation, and lots of light, and lots of clouds on any one of those little dots of light. You see if you would tilt the radar for us, and we just see all of this clouds on lightning that is occurring with these storms. So it's quite intense. And then you see the cylinder associated with that rotation, right, is indicated right to the west of Roswell. And it is moving now toward Roswell, or even the South Roswell area is where we're seeing this rotating cylinder right now. And that thunderstorm at 2 levels continues to move on towards east-southeast. This is quite an impressive thunderstorm. We're noticing maybe a half hour or so ago up in the Canton area as perhaps two cells were coming together, and we're noticing that it was starting to get notched on the backside and wondering if rotation was starting there. And sure enough, rotation is. Then we're seeing multiple areas of rotation and thunderstorm, and usually we see this with a very well-defined rotating thunderstorm. There'll be several areas around that rotating thunderstorm where you're getting these rotating smaller areas associated with it. So anywhere in this area, excuse me, I moved my voice back and forth over the C1, but anywhere north of Roswell, potentially the south of Roswell, we're seeing indications of rotation taking place. National Weather Service in County just jump in here and talk about that. They just put something out saying on the tornado threat continues with this storm. The straight line winds with this storm are estimated potentially at 70 to 80 miles an hour with this storm. So as we're talking about, even if the storm doesn't necessarily drop a tornado, you're going to have some very serious wind damage potential with this storm as it approaches. So go ahead, bring it inside. You know, if you're outside, like we said, if you're in Norcross to Duluth to Suwannee area, up to Buford, down to Chamblee, time to bring it inside. The waiting outside in the cars for the swim meets is over. It's time to go ahead and find some kind of shelter as this storm approaches, because it has very gusty winds with that storm. So that continues from Roswell over to the Woodstock area. We'll open up the map. We'll pass on a severe thunderstorm warning is just issued for Clark and Oconee counties. That's out near the Athens area. That's for this storm right here. Ken was just talking about that storm near Bogart. That's continuing to slide down to the southeast. So Athens, Watsonville, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning. That goes until 8:30. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning going until 8:30 for Walton County. But the big story right now is that tornado warning for this storm right here. Still have a lot of rotation with this storm, as it now kind of looks like it's turning more to the southeast, more maybe the east-southeast. Earlier it was kind of looking like it was diving down to the southeast. Now it's kind of turning that corner and heading back now towards the Roswell area. And keep in mind, Alpharetta, Duluth, Norcross, Sandy Springs, you gotta have that line to start to see the wind really pick up as that storm barrels in. And on top of that, frequent lightning, because we've had such heat today. The temperature in the upper 80s to low 90s. There's plenty of fuel to really electrically charge those storms. You're going to have a lot of clouds and lightning with these storms. So let's go back and show you this storm on the north end of Roswell. I'll put you a skin on that. Showing BTI right now, that's the Viper Tornado Index. It's at a 5. And that's on a scale of 1 to 10. A 5 is kind of a high end for this type of storm system. Sheer at 80 miles an hour, so still showing a very good amount of rotation with this storm. And that will slide down to this storm that's a little further down to the south. We have these rotating cylinders right here. That too showing a VTR of 5. This one though showing a sheer of 92 miles an hour. So that's the kind of rotation you're getting up in the cloud with that storm. That particular storm is heading for, and it's showing Roswell, but basically in the Roswell area. But keep in mind, Doraville, 8 o'clock, Norcross at 8:05, the Gwinnett Place Mall area at 8:13. They're heading over towards Woburn at 8:14. So that storm is heading off to the east-southeast. So again, have Dunwoody at about 7:53. So 5 or 6 minutes, the heart of that storm starts to approach Dunwoody. It looks like you're already starting to probably get the winds picking up in the Dunwoody area. So if you're not downstairs already in Dunwoody, in Sandy Springs, you need to be downstairs You need to go ahead, get in that interior room. You need to get away from windows, and you need to be downstairs, interior room, away from windows to protect yourself. That's the safest place to be as we track these storms continuing to slide to the northeast. So let's check. See, the severe thunderstorm watch continues for most of the metro area, and that's going to go until 1 o'clock in the morning as these storms continue to towards North Georgia, or excuse me, towards the metro Atlanta area. Let's open up the map one more time to kind of show you again the large scope of the as they go out right near Lawrenceville as far as the lightning goes, but then there is basically the North Pole area.
All News 106.7. We are coming up on 7:49. We have temporarily lost our signal from Fox 5. We continue, of course, with our coverage of the tornado warning for southern Cherokee, East Cobb, and northeast Fulton County until 8 o'clock. This storm with very, very strong rotation, according to Fox 5, was observed in the Sweat Mountain area of northeast Cobb about 5 to 10 minutes ago. Has now made its way on into the Roswell area. And North Fulton, you're in the thick of it right now. Take cover. Get to a secure room on the lowest floor of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you can. Get into that secure room. A bathroom, perhaps not a bad idea. You may want to even get into the bathtub, pull a mattress over your head. That seems to have been a benefit for folks in prior tornado warnings. All right. We now have Scott Kimler, I understand, on Live 1 and on the telephone with us as we continue to cover this tornado warning again for portions of Cherokee, Cobb, and particularly northeast Fulton County until 8 o'clock. Again, Alpharetta, Roswell, Sandy Springs, you are really in the thick of it right now. And Scott Kimler out in the midst of it, joining us by telephone. Scott, what are you seeing at this point?
That's right, Mark. I'm Johnson Ferry Road meets Glenridge Drive, right here near the Glenridge connector. And you're absolutely right. The area you just talked about, the Sandy Springs, North Atlanta, Roswell area, Dunwoody area, it is getting pounded. This is far worse than what we just saw last week in the South Atlanta area. The car is being shaken by the wind here, and the rain is also coming down the ways. Visibility very, very low at this location. And I'm noticing that office buildings around this area also have lights blinking. We had lights blinking in the parking deck of our own building as I was leaving. So now I'm heading on Johnson Ferry Road into the Dunwoody area. Traffic still actually moving okay, but it is a bit surprising. It's very dark out here, very windy. And again, we have wind out here that's actually rocking the only 106.7 news band as I drive it right here on Johnson Ferry Road heading to Dunwoody Park.
All right, Scott, and specifically, what is your location once again?
Well, specifically my location is